Happy Sunday, gang. Hopefully, you guys are doing good. I'm just gonna jump on here and connect with you guys, see how you guys are doing, and talk about um, what we what we the people we saw this week or talked to. Or I just got the news today about Mona, so we can talk about Mona and answer any questions that you guys might have. So thank you guys for joining. Andy Lamelli from Italy. Thank you for joining. Kelly Collins, hello, good evening. Beautiful Jess, hello. Alyssa, Bakersfield, California. Laura, hola, hello. Melanie Rodriguez, I had a good weekend and holiday. I did. Had a great Thanksgiving with the fam. Melanie, I hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. I did. Thank you guys. Hopefully, you guys had a great Thanksgiving with your family. Selena, hello. Yeah, sad about the video. Anawanani, hello. Italian girl, hello. Nicholas Macy, good evening. Jose Reyes, hello. Linda Orgel, California. Amanda Okoro is in Delaware. Delaware. What do I know about Delaware? That's where Biden is from. Don't know much about Delaware. Leslie Laura. I don't have any information on the aunt of Blake is supposed. I asked for her to contact me, so I'm waiting for her to contact me to give me information. I'll keep you guys updated. Vanessa Taos, New Mexico. I heard it was pretty there. Susie, thanks for joining, Susie. Susie is in England, and so it's here in Phoenix. It's like what 6 p.m. Sunday, and Susie is in England, and it's I don't know what time it is over there, but it's late, probably or early. I'm not sure. Ricardo Padilla is in Utah. Rhonda Saragosa says hello. Anything on Lulu? Lulu, I haven't seen her recently, but probably like 2 weeks ago I saw her. She's still out there. The Wellness Bee, hola Soch. Hello, how are you? Thanks for joining. Um, Josie Faber, hola. Josie is in New Zealand. She's a Kiwi. Thanks for joining, Josie. Fernanda Lewis, hello. Tom, hello. Vanessa, hello. Nope. Mona did not OD. Mona was somebody took her life. Unfortunately, it's super sad. Apollo is in Dallas, Texas. Italian girl. Neither do I. Vonna Lee says, awesome. Thank you, Vonna. Here I am. Yulene Wages. You want to say hello? Thanks for all. Yes, absolutely. North Dakota, Diesel Life. What I want, North Dakota. That's where they have the man, what's it called? Where the presidents. I forgot the name of it. Anawanani is in New Mexico, beautiful New Mexico. Nicole Jurgens is in Florida. It's 1 a.m. for Susie. Thanks for joining, Susie. Pretty Missy says is in Columbus, Ohio. She's a Buckeye. So yeah, sad about I was just informed by her family. They sent me the article. This happened yesterday. So the strange thing is the strange thing about this is that I passed by that hotel yesterday. It was like it's like a main street. McDowell is like a major street here in Phoenix, and I passed by there yesterday, no lie, and I saw there's like 6 police cars, and they had a big, it's like a big, huge RV, They call it the Phoenix Command Unit. So anytime like a major crime, such as somebody loses their life, that's when they rolled out that RV or command unit. And I knew somebody had lost their life. Today, I found out that it was somebody that I've interviewed. I saw Mona 2 weeks ago. I saw her at the exact same spot where I interviewed her. And I said, "How have you been?" She's like, "Oh, I just had a baby 3 months ago. My brother is out here. He's 18. Do you want to talk to him?" And then yeah, she said, "Hey, brother, I forgot his name, but this is Lost in Phoenix. Do you want to talk to him?" Like, no, I don't want to. I don't want to. So he didn't want to. So basically, he's out on the street, or he was on the street at that time, and he was doing blues as well, 18. So super sad, and yeah, it's just devastating news. When you're 23 years old, you shouldn't be going through that. So prayers for her family, and I hope that whoever is responsible for this crime is apprehended and taken off the streets because, yeah, she didn't deserve that. So it's really sad. Definite condolences to her and her two babies. Jeff, thank you for joining. Leslie Gonzalez, her family is the one that sent me the link, and they're the ones that informed me about 2 hours ago. So, yeah, I've talked to them, or yeah, they messaged me. Amanda, thank you. Jay Olivares, it was Tim Murray. It wasn't an OD. Her life was taken. What's the reason for that? We don't know the reason, but we know how, I guess. So sad. Super sad. So yeah, I just Surrett is in thank you, Surrett is in Australia. Anthony, hello. Um so yeah, also, do you guys we have a, a, a subscriber, Lost of Phoenix family, that'll comment and say, "Hey, I've been sober for 200 days, 300 days." Her name is Mookie on here. So I just interviewed her. She's in recovery. It's going to be a year of recovery, sobriety, this coming January. So I just got done interviewing her. So I'll be posting that tomorrow morning. She was sharing her story on recovery. So I'm glad that I got to talk to her, and you guys are going to hear her story of recovery tomorrow. So that's awesome. She's been posting that, hey, I'm sober. I remember she was on 200 days sober, and now she's 303 days sober, I believe. So congratulations to her. Sobriety is possible, right? Um, what else? Who else did I talk to this week? Trying to remember. Amanda and Oscar. Sad story, right? With Amanda and Oscar. They're both 28 years old, and they're both using H at an early age. Amanda said she got into using substances at 12 years old. She said, so that's dang. Can you imagine? 12 years old. Hopefully they get help soon, and get off the streets and just live the life they deserve. Um, Elizabeth and her two boys gave that update, posted that a few days ago, right? A couple days ago. So the boys are happy. Caleb, Micah, they're happy. They're now in the street because of you guys, directly because of you guys. So Lost in Phoenix family is amazing, helping people in need. Jordan, interviewed him a few days ago, and still battling mental illness. Poor guy. I think he's like 31 years old, but yeah, it's tough out there. Tiffany, 5 days ago. She OD'd 4 times. Yeah, so those are the videos that hasn't been a lot because of Thanksgiving, right? Thanksgiving took time to just eat turkey and enjoy time with family. So congrats to Mookie, absolutely. Yeah, I can't imagine at 12 years old. Shoot, at 12 years old, gosh, I was playing basketball at that age. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about drugs. So I can't imagine, what trauma people experience to have them to have them resort to numbing, the pain from that trauma. I think we all have trauma to a certain extent. How do we deal with it? What are the coping skills to deal with that trauma? I think that's the difference. So it's tough. Life is hard, that's for sure. Anita Brown from Medical Field Worker Art. Thanks for being such a beautiful, caring person. Thank you, Anita. I try my best to be a better version of myself today than I was yesterday. Tomorrow, I'll try to be a better person than I was today. It's hard though, right? It's hard being a human isn't easy, but when you have stories um, like Mona, that's tough, right? Blake passed away, and young man, he didn't get to see the entirety of his life, or not even half of what she should have experienced. Mona, she's not going to be able to experience her two beautiful children because her life was cut short. Um, so it's just tragic. People are losing their lives at a very young age, and it's a lot of tragedy around that. So Lisa Marks, hello, Art from the losing Buckeye State. God bless what you do, and prayers for the addicted and homeless, freedom through recovery in God. Absolutely, Lisa. Um, Prayers for all people battling, that's for sure. Sylvia DeLucio, I'm so excited to finally catch one of your lives. Happy holidays, Art, and thank you for having a kind and loving heart. From Boise, Idaho, where all the potatoes come from. Sylvia, thank you. I appreciate you. Jason Voorhees, one day at a time, one foot in front of the other. Absolutely. Surette says Amanda and Oscar seem determined to turn their lives around. I wish them all the best. Yes, prayers that they do battle it. Nawanani says we have lost two people in less than a month. Wow, this yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you you develop relationships with these people and you talk to them and uh, one of the things that Mona asked me, so 2 weeks ago when I saw her, she said, "Hey, oh, you're still out here, doing this, I go, yeah, still interviewing people. As a matter of fact, I just got an update from Alex. I interviewed Alex across the street, um, whatever, 6 months ago, whatever. Do you know Alex, Mona? Alex is a girl that was pregnant and she was out here and she just had her baby. She's been in treatment center for 3 months. She's like, oh, I know her. Wow, I haven't seen her in such a long time. She's in treatment. I go, yeah, look, here's her comment. Look, and I gave her my phone so she can read what Alex said, right? And she's like, "Oh, wow, that's awesome. Good for her." And I said, Mona, this could be you too. If Alex could do it, she was pregnant, like she was visibly pregnant out here on the streets, And she's like, I go, if she did it, you can do it too. You can go to treatment. I go, I know, it's just hard. I want to. I just had my baby 3 months ago. I want to go to treatment. It's just really hard. And here we are today with the news that yesterday she lost her life. So that is super, super sad. It's super. She was very nice and very. I've seen Mona a total of 3 times. 3 times. The first time I met her, I interviewed her. Right, I interviewed her. I went up to her and I said, "Hey, have you ever heard of Lost in Phoenix?" And she's like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Is that you?" And she goes, I go, "Yeah." "Wow, I watch your videos all the time." She goes, like, "Wow, this is crazy that you're talking to me." I go, "Can I interview?" She's like, "Yes." Like no hesitation. She like, she wanted to share her story. So she was a little shy at first. And um, she's like, "Can I?" She's like, "I'm nervous right now. Can I go smoke a cigarette?" I go, "Yeah, go ahead and smoke a cigarette, so I can calm down," she said. And she's like, "Yeah." And then she was smoking her cigarette. She was kind of walking and kind of just kind of settling down her nerves of being nervous and that she's going to interview. And 20 minutes later, she comes back. I'm like, is she going to do this interview or not? Because jitters, right? Nervousness. But she said, yeah, I do want to. I'm just nervous, right? And I had no worries. You're gonna do great. You're gonna save somebody's life by sharing your story. So I firmly believe that she did it. She mustered the courage to share her story and let everybody know out there that this can affect anybody. Addiction can take anybody, and I was proud of her for doing that. And unfortunately, she wasn't able to defeat her addiction. Her life was taken needlessly by I don't know I don't know what happened exactly, right? What the circumstances were, but I do know that she lost her life and somebody took it. So hopefully they're brought to justice immediately. If you guys know something, please say something. Dial 911. They'll always keep your information anonymous if you guys know somebody knows something. So hopefully they're caught. Um, so yeah, Mona, may she rest in peace. And yeah, so that was the first time that I met her. The second time I met her, uh, she was walking with one of her dogs. She said she had 2 dogs. I go and I saw the one of the dogs, and she had the little puppy on a leash. It looked a lot like Phoebe, like my dog, right? I go, that's a cool dog, and what's the name of your dog? She like, this is Dolce. My second dog is Dolce, and what is it? What is it? Dolce and what? The name of the Dolce and the yes, Gabbana, something like that, right? Dolce and Gabbana is the name of her puppy. So and I go, "How are you? Are you doing good?" And she was like kind of shy again, shy, quiet. And I go, "Hey, I'm glad that I saw you." This was about like a month after I interviewed the first time, right? So I said, "Hey, your dad messaged me. He sent me a message, and I'm gonna look for it. Do you want to read it?" I forgot what his name was, but he said he reached out after the video, the first video, right? I he reached out to me on Facebook and he says, "Hey, I'm Mona's dad. Her name is Monica. I haven't seen her in a while. I'm in Mexico. I got deported or something like that, right? I haven't always been the best dad, but I go to church. I believe in God. Please tell her that I love her, and And I blame myself for what she's going through because I wasn't there for her. I was a bad example. I dealt with this stuff with addiction, and so um, I showed that to her, and she read it, and it looked like it touched her. It looked like it touched her a little bit. So that was the second time I saw Mona. The third time I saw Mona was 2 weeks ago, when she looked so different. She looked, her hair was a little bit different, and she had lost a lot of weight. And I even asked her, like, "You look familiar. Have I interviewed before? Have I talked to you?" She's like, "Yeah." She's like, "How have you been?" She had recognized me right away. She's like, "How have you been?" She's like, "I'm good." And then, and then, and like, "Hey, your name is Mona, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah." So she wasn't ready to go. I gave her my card, and she wasn't ready to go to treatment. And she gave me a little update, that she had her baby and stuff like that. So just tragic, tragic when young people are no longer here. You talk to them one day and they're gone the next. So super super sad. Liani, hello. Linda Romero, hello. Joe Boxer, yeah, super sad. Lou, gosh, what's the closest Walmart to me? Um, you know what, Lou? You can message me on Facebook, Art Castro, or my email is in the um, uh, about section, channel description tab. My information is there. So thank you for your willingness to help, Lou. I appreciate it. Michelle, hello, good evening. Thank you. Adrian, yes, she lost her life yesterday, sadly. Super, super sad. Mary Goulian, yes. The PO box or UPS box, yes, that's available as well. DGOG420, here, how can I be a super fan? The links should be somewhere on here. Jeff or Anawanani, can you do me a big favor? If you guys have a link, can you copy and paste the link? I don't know if you're able to put it on here, or let DGOG420, let him know where the link is. Like, where can they find it to be a super fan? That'd be very helpful because I don't. Sometimes it looks a lot different from my end. So if you could help with that, I appreciate it. Does her dad know yet? I imagine, hopefully, he does. I haven't heard anything. So yeah, super sad. Yeah, Jeff says should be the join button. So there's a button somewhere, but I can't see it because it's me, right? So I get, but probably you guys, it says join. So yeah, thanks, Jeff. Leanne, I'm super happy that I'm able to see your live. You're awesome. Thank you. I appreciate your support. Do you sell t-shirts on Teespring? I don't. I've kind of paused the t-shirt thing. I'll probably do more of that next year. Um, I'll get more involved with the t-shirt stuff next year. I think I took a break this year with the shirts. Um, how about the father of her kid? Where's he at? I have no idea. I don't know. I don't know who that is. Thank you, Michelle. You have a great evening as well. Stay safe, get well, and keep us update. Keep me updated. Hopefully, you're feeling better and life is good. Michelle, I appreciate you stopping by. Okay, so thank you, Michelle. Have a great week. Um, DG is my man. I will show him. Awesome. Thank you, Anawanani. Appreciate it. Sylvia DeLucio. How old are you? Who I should do trivia. Jeff knows. I'm pretty sure Jeff knows. Anawanani. I wish when I was 18, man. Gosh, what was I doing when I was 18? Where was I when I was 18? I was having a lot of fun. That's where I was. That's funny. Ruby knows. That's funny. Hello, Ruby. Not sure if it was mentioned already. Mona passed yesterday. Her life was taken. They don't know who did it. So the link is on. So the news article is on the community tab. Her picture and a link to the YouTube video, the interview, and then there's a link to the news article. Gives like more specific information. So thank you, Vana. Appreciate it. Yeah, super sad about Mona, Blake. We lost Blake. We lost Mona. Um, who else, right? It's like who else? Who's next? Um, there's been like a couple other names that people have told me, but I'm not able to confirm it. So I don't mention it to you guys because I can't confirm it, right? With Mona, I can confirm it, right? With Blake, I can confirm it. Therefore, I can pass it on to you guys. Gabby, it's easy to confirm because her mom told me, right? I went to her funeral, so that's easy way to confirm. So other people have passed me names that they say they have passed, but because I can't confirm that that happened, I don't pass it on to you guys because I don't know for sure. So so there's other names of people that's didn't that they say they've told me that they've passed, two women, and but I can't pass it on to you guys because I'm not able to research it and find out for sure. So once I do, I'll let you guys know. Okay, Rosemary, thank you. Thank you, Sylvia. Appreciate you. Deborah, prayers for the families who lost their loved ones. Absolutely. Prayers for these moms. The moms of these kids, they're young, right? They're in their 20s and they haven't lived life. And I think it's like a it's like a it's like these moms, they know that it's a possibility. They're they're a family member that's battling addiction. They know that it's possible they could lose their life, right? All the dangers out in the streets, whether it's all the dangers, especially you're a woman, right? And if that doesn't take you, these pills can take you. They're so powerful. You can OD, and so it's tragic, and so I can't imagine what the family goes through. They want to help them, they offer help, but if these folks that are out there lost, they don't want help, then it's really hard to help them. So Daniela Garcia, have you seen Gabby's boyfriend Tyrone? uh Tyrone, I haven't seen Gabby's boyfriend. I haven't seen Gabby's boyfriend in since I interviewed him last time, which was a long time ago. Somebody told me that he went back to, um, and it's not Tyrone, it's Tyson actually. Gabby's boyfriend is named Tyson. After I interviewed him, I think the second or third time, he somebody told me that he was in his family came and found him and took him to Colorado is what I heard. So Yadi Guzman, what about the girl with the broken leg? Lulu, I haven't seen her in about 2 weeks. She's still out there. So yeah, she's still out there for sure. Um, you don't need to go to social media, Lou. Go to the About tab, like channel description tab on this YouTube channel, and my PO box or UPS box is there. So all that information is right here on YouTube on the About YouTube channel tab. So yeah, thank you for your willingness to help, Lou. I appreciate you. Anawanani Art, I will never forget when you told her that she was not alone. You told her she is worthy of somebody's blessing. Yeah, that's you can apply that to anybody, and they're people that are out there struggling, whatever the struggle is, they're not alone. A lot of people can relate. But I think, again, coping skills, they might not understand that. They don't know how to cope with their loss, with their trauma, with whatever issue they're going through, whatever hole they have in their heart, whether that's physical, emotional, whatever trauma has caused that hole. They don't know how to ask for help, seek help, get help. Their coping skills aren't there. And so they numb the pain and put themselves in peril, right, in danger, um, by living that lifestyle. So yeah, everybody is worthy of a second chance, worthy of help, worthy of living a better life. Certainly Blake was, Mona, Gabby, on and on. So sad, sad, sad. Yulene, 47. Yeah, so Lou, here on YouTube on my channel, right? There's a tab, right? Says about or channel description, right? Like about this channel, Lost in Phoenix, and on there it shows all my information. On there is the PO box. I don't have it right now with me, or else I'd give it to you. I have to go look for it. Jason, life is too short. Absolutely. Lou found it. Yay. George Villacorta. What's up, Arturo? Saying hello from North Hollywood, California. Hello, George. Thank you for joining us. I've never seen your name before, but thank you for joining. Lost in Phoenix, doing a live session, trying to connect with you guys. And there's 139 people that are spending their Sunday, for portion of their Sunday with me, asking me questions, trying to catch up on stuff. So, um, Mina Irie is also his hi, first time here. Hope all is well. Life is great. Life is beautiful. Thank you, Mina, for joining. I appreciate you. Um, And I thank all you first timers. I welcome you to the Lost in Phoenix family. So having the courage to post on here, and thank you for letting us know who you are and where you're from. North Hollywood. The only thing I know about North Hollywood is like what 15 years ago there's that North Hollywood bank robbery, right? Two guys went into a bank that like they have armor from head to toe, and I can't remember how many hundreds and hundreds of shots were fired. Nobody, no innocent people lost their life except for these two knuckleheads. They stole like a lot of money from the bank. I think it was a Bank of America heist in North Hollywood. They got like two big duffel bags full of cash, and again head to toe full of armor. And so these police got there, like they're like 20 cop cars, and they're shooting at them, and the bullets are like literally just bouncing off, bouncing off, bouncing. These guys had like uh, I don't know if they're AKs, but they're like boom, 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 all over the just the neighborhood. And they're walking, right? The car stopped working, so they had to walk. And finally, they were taken down, lost their life, um, so they didn't get away. But uh, um, what happened? They lost their life. The families of these idiots sued the two bank robbers. Their family sued, of course, and they won because the cops um, didn't call the ambulance or didn't allow the ambulance to go help them. So only in California. That's why California people, when you guys move to Arizona or Texas and Florida, that's where you guys always go to seek shelter and people and uh, don't vote anymore. If you're from California, you should rescind your voting card because you guys have crazy policies. But Melissa is from Houston, Texas. Awesome. Lou said, if I could sell my property and leave, I would. You'll leave eventually. They're gonna force you to leave. Guaranteed. Watch. Arizona's full though. Go to New Mexico or where else? Washington. Um, I hope that you guys had a great Thanksgiving. Anybody do anything fun? I stayed home with my my family came over, right, with the turkey and all that stuff. So hopefully you guys had a good Thanksgiving. We do like traditional Thanksgiving, like just turkey and ham and all that stuff. So I'm glad that I was, surrounded by family. So hopefully you guys had it good too. Tim Budong, Art, weren't you going? I want to go. Yes, things always happen where I want to travel, and things happen. Like I've been wanting to go. I've been wanting to go back to New Mexico with Billy, right? But things always happen. Like so, in 2023, I want to stay at the Cecil Hotel. So yeah, that'd be fun. Leticia Macias, Sierra Vista is a safe place to live. I agree. Vista has it's an army base, right? Fort Huachuca. So definitely safe. Anawanani, New Mexico, 505 here, 25 years. New Mexico is a beautiful state, that's for sure. Caitlin Cahill, do you have a few different channels? I do not. This is my only channel. People ask me that a lot all the time, and I don't. This is the only one. It's really hard managing one, so I put all my effort in this one. I get confused with some other goofball, but I don't. I only have one channel, so one is enough. Who is Billy? Billy is the barber. My barber, Billy. Really cool dude. I went with him to New Mexico. He's from New Mexico, but he lives here in Phoenix. I met him at the barber shop. He started cutting my hair. I went last year. Was it last year or this year? It was last year, I believe, right? Last year to New Mexico with him, and we met up with Sarah. You guys remember Sarah? It was a really cool meeting that Sarah in person. We had a great conversation. So can't wait to go back and see how Sarah's doing. Hopefully, she's doing great with her family. And I know Billy likes going over there visit his family. Um, so yeah, that's the plan. Did you Black Friday? I saw nobody showed up to a lot of these big box shops. Man, I haven't done a Black Friday in a long time. I saw craziness when I went a long time ago, like 20 years ago. I saw people fighting and it was a mess. I don't like big crowds, like a lot of crowds and all that. So yeah, I definitely don't go to those. Billy is a success story. I asked Billy one time, he was cutting my hair, and I said, Billy, so you're out in the streets for all these years, right? And in New Mexico, here in Phoenix as well, stuck on these blues. And sadly, he shared with us that his father lost his life and all this trauma, right? All these things happened to him, right? I go, well, how did you finally decide to get better? How did you decide to go through, live a sober life? And it's like, you know what helped me? Vivitrol. It's a shot that they give you. And he said that reduced my cravings tremendously. So if you guys know anybody, Vivitrol, okay, I'm going to, I mean, it's really hard to offer it to folks because they're really not in a, I could always say, hey, if somebody calls me, like somebody interview, right, and they say, hey, Art, can you take me to treatment? Absolutely, let's take you where they have Vivitrol, which is probably most treatment centers, Vivitrol. So, um, Ruby is not a moderator. She is now. Ruby is now a moderator for your channel. Thank you for the heads up, Jeff. Yeah, I thought she was a moderator, but she not. So if you're a super fan like Jeff, Anawanani, Kelly Collins, and now Ruby, um, you're gonna be like a moderator. Moderators are kind of like my eyes and ears, right? I'm talking, and you'll have people that jump on and they start cussing, they start asking stupid, like dumb, childish questions. Sometimes these people are probably 10 years old, right? But so moderators are able to delete the messages and all that fun stuff. So, Rosemary, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Jane Moss, is that a prescription? Yeah, yes, it is. It's not over the counter. Vivitrol is a shot and it reduces the cravings tremendously, according to Billy, my barber. That's what helped. He credits Vivitrol to him being sober now for 2 years. So if he says that it helps, I think it does because other people have mentioned it as well. So Vivitrol, Vivitrol, Vivitrol. So Sunshine says, Art, you should do a meetup with us LA peeps when you stay at the Cecil Hotel. I should. We should do that, right? So I'm planning on doing a meet and greet here in Phoenix, like in January. Me and Billy will probably go in January to New Mexico, and yeah, I definitely want to do I want to stay at the Cecil Hotel because of the history, right? It's a very historic place. So you guys should probably know that I'm like a history guy. I like history. I love history, actually. And it has a lot of history. That hotel has a lot of history. That's where the Night Stalker, Richard Ramirez, he stayed at the Cecil Hotel back in the 80s. So before he was caught, when he was out there on the street doing his thing, um, he stayed at the Cecil Hotel. So yeah. Scatter vision, you thought wrong. Mina, I just want to say thank you for all you do. You have a heart of gold. We appreciate you. Mina, thank you very much. I appreciate you. You're so nice, kind. But it's really like a group effort, right? It's us, right? It's not just me. So I'm more like your eyes and ears. Um, I'm more like your eyes and ears, and but it's you guys the one that helped me. The super fans, Shorty, with the blessing bags. That's a lot of help, right? That's a lot of. Um, uh, I think we provide a service to the community, to all the people that don't know what blues are, what fentanyl is, where it's coming from, what it does, how much it costs. It's really important that we educate people so that they can stay away from this. Because if we don't do something about it, right, all of us, right? Because a lot of people, well, it's not me. It's not. I'm not in Phoenix. I don't know. Blue. My kids will never do that. My family would never do that. It's not in my school or the school where my kids go. I don't have to worry about none of that, right? And you're probably the most vulnerable. You're probably the most vulnerable to that. So so it's important that we come together and really educate ourselves, ask a lot of great questions, and learn from each other, so we can do prevention through awareness in our local community, because half of you guys aren't even in Phoenix, aren't even in Arizona, right? Got California, Texas, Delaware, uh, London was here, Susie from London, all these places all over the world, all over the country. And it's uh it's not that you guys care about Phoenix so much, it's that you guys care about humanity, right? Your fellow brothers and sisters, right? Some of you guys, I would say probably half of the folks here have been through addiction, and are now sober. Some of you guys, a small portion of you guys, are going through active addiction, and you're not able to raise your hand and talk about it because of your work, your family, or you're just not ready to talk about it. But so you come on here, people come on here to find solace and comfort and ideas, and try to gain strength on how to deal with it. So it's I think it's a good thing. I personally think it's a good thing. So Rhonda Saragosa is in Arkansas. She's a Razorback. I've never been to Arkansas, but I imagine it's humid down there. Rhonda's clean 22 years. Congratulations. Addiction and drugs are everywhere. Absolutely. Addiction and drugs are everywhere. These blues are a lot different than G or meth. These blues are a lot different than H or heroin. These blues are on a different level than all the other, you know, uh, um, it's not taking blues take people's lives, young people's lives, at a higher rate than anything else. So I mainly focus on blues first because that's what's prominent here in Phoenix area, are blues. So drugs have been around for thousands of years. It's just these blues are taking people's lives at a faster rate than anything previous. So there's a little difference. Rhonda says, I'm originally from California. I had to get out of there. Yeah. You're a California refugee, right? They just keep kicking you guys out because they raise your taxes, and it's getting silly down there. But yeah, well, I'm glad you escaped, Rhonda. I'm sure your quality of life is probably a lot better in Arkansas. I read they are a higher potency than blues being distributed now. Um, so there's two type of fentanyl, right? Fentanyl from like the hospital, like your doctor that gives you like patches of fentanyl for pain, for cancer patients and just other pain. That's different. That's like legit. prescription fentanyl with the dosage is exactly right, 30 milligrams, 50 milligrams. That's made in a lab, right? The pills that are on the street, all the people that I'm on that I interview, the pills that people are using that I interview, they're using counterfeit fentanyl pills, right? So people will ask me, especially on TikTok. TikTok, they ask me the silliest questions ever. They're like, this one lady, she said, "Why do you always say counterfeit fentanyl pills? Why don't you just say fentanyl?" And she's like, "What's is it important to do that?" And I go, "Yeah, it is important to do that because people need to understand that there's legit fentanyl, right? Your doctor can prescribe you fentanyl, but again, that's the dosage is correct. It's absolute. It's manufactured in a lab. Whereas these pills that are out in the street, right, that you get for $1, $2, $3, they're made in somebody's backyard in some jungle out in Mexico with chemicals from China. Okay, so that's per the DEA, that's per the law enforcement here in Arizona, because they arrest these people that are smuggling it, and they ask them like, "Where'd you get it from? Where does it go to? Right? Where what's the lineage? Where's the line of distribution and people that manufacture this?" And it goes back all the way to China. So so it's important to know where it's coming from, who's bringing it, and so we could tackle it, right? But if we put our head in the sands and, oh, you can't say that because that's bad or you're going to offend people, that's like the reality. Like if reality offends you, then I don't know, move to California. Juliana Sanchez, I always wondered also why you say counterfeit fentanyl, because that's what it is, counterfeit fentanyl. It's counterfeit fentanyl, counterfeit. It's not real legit fentanyl. That's why these people are overdosing, because one little pill, you know, on the outside of the pill, it says 30 milligrams, but it's possible that little pill has 3,000 milligrams, right? It's possible. It's possible it has 5,000 milligrams. It's possible it has 5 milligrams, right? The dosage is off because it's made in somebody's backyard. That's the difference. Alcohol is as bad as blues, but it's legal. You should write a letter to your governor, your mayor, and your senators, and tell them to your opinion and your thoughts, and to outlaw alcohol if you guys feel so strongly about it. That'd be my advice to you guys. Is ketamine in Phoenix 2? We call it Special K. I've heard of it. I've heard of ketamine, but it's not anything like super popular. 52 minutes. So hopefully you guys have a great week. Gosh, Christmas is coming up, right? And like, man, it's gonna be Christmas in 20 some days. Time flies, doesn't it? It's already the end of it's about to be 2023. Holy jeez, time is flying by. Um, One thing I don't get is why someone willingly taking the risk of counterfeit drugs made with meat tenderizing cement. Yeah, so why people would take uh, pills like that, or trying to numb their pain. One time, I've seen comments, and people will tell me, you know, if you've never done drugs, then you don't understand. And I'm like, okay, cool, like, great. Um, I don't want to understand it that bad where I have to take drugs, right, to understand it. It's just some people's coping mechanism isn't there. Coping skills, they lack those skills, I think. And so that's why it's important for us to really try to when people have, they need help, right? They need to talk to somebody, they need counseling, they just need to be heard and listened to. People should do that because maybe they find comfort in that pill or in that drug. Maybe they find solace, they find a friend. I don't know. Um, I've always gone to the gym or the shooting range, or tried, if I'm frustrated or upset or whatever, you just try to go get that out, right, through uh, um, exercise or something positive, and not make a bad situation worse by but again, the I might have different coping skills than other people, so it's a little sad. um Danny Burke says, when I was an addict to the blues, they were my best friend and they made everything disappear. Yeah, I've heard that. uh I've heard that a lot. I've heard that a lot. Mona said that. Gabby said that. Blake said that. All these, Diana, all these people that have passed away, they all said that. And so, how do we all um, help people that are going through pain or loss or trauma, help them cope, help them learn how to cope, help them give those skills, right? Is it something we need to do in elementary and middle school and high school to teach people about, credit and resume building and how to get a job and how to coping skills, right? Um, so I think that'd be really good to help people with that, because all these people are telling me the same thing, so it's sad sometimes. It's like today, I received the news today about a couple hours ago that Mona had passed away yesterday. um and when I was advised that Blake had passed, I was like, oh man, if Blake passed, then I'm gonna be told somebody else is gonna pass, right? Which is Mona today, I was told. So now somebody else is gonna replace Mona with the most recent addition to like the list of the people I've interviewed, I've met, I've had the pleasure of meeting, of hearing their story, their trauma, their issues, and but unfortunately they'll pass away, so it's super sad. These people are young, 23, 21, 20, 22, super young. So um Melissa Mendoza Art, have you heard any more about Blake's passing? I haven't. Uh, I probably won't ever hear about the exact reasons about why he passed or how he passed. I know for a fact that he had underlying medical issues. I'll never say what those medical issues were because Blake never wanted anybody to share his medical issues. So I'll respect that. So when people ask me, like, what was his medical underlying medical issues, I just kind of ignore it because um, I'm not free to talk about it. At least Blake never said, I'll go ahead and tell them, right? So he's just, needless to say, he had underlying medical issues. So you have that, plus you compound it with just years of active addiction. It takes a toll on your body. So that's his story. Mona has her story. Everybody else has their own stories and opinions. Like Lighthouse has his opinion. So Moni, the girl you posted earlier, is beautiful. Yeah, she was very nice, um, very quiet, and Yeah, really sad. The people that I meet, that I interview, they're all very sweet and nice and intelligent people, and so that's what makes it more tragic. Is that they didn't, they weren't given enough time on this earth to bless us with their presence, right? Blake, Gabby, Diana, Mona. Uh, we'll never know how they could have contributed to humanity. So it's super super sad. It's really sad. Um, I'm gonna say, guys, thank you guys very much for joining us, joining me, uh, all of us here that are here with you guys, um, with you guys' thoughts, opinions, and questions and all that cool stuff. So um, we'll probably do one of these again this week. I want to say, you guys have a good rest of your Sunday. It's 6:46, 6:40 something here, and I'm gonna get ready for go find my clothes to get ready for work tomorrow. Um, you guys have a really great rest of your week. I'll keep you guys updated if I hear anything on Blake. I asked Blake's aunt to call me so that I can have her share the GoFundMe information, because a lot of you guys want to help. We all want to help, but I'm waiting for her to contact me to share that information with you guys. Also with Mona, I'm waiting for her family to that want to talk and share her information, so that I can share with you guys. So we'll hear more this week. In the meantime, you guys stay super blessed. You guys have a good evening. Thank you guys for joining me, sharing your time, and thank you guys all very much. I love every single one of you. Ruby, Ivana, Caitlin, Susie, Mina, Frank, Carol, Teresa, Jeff. You guys all are amazing. You guys are all part of the Lost in Phoenix family. That's us. I'm grateful. Have a good night. Okay. Bye, everybody.